Hello and welcome to the RM review. We're going to review the Inbetweeners movie. Was it the Inbetweeners film? Movie. It's based on the popular TV series, The Inbetweeners.
Yeah, we both enjoy it very much.
Simon Bird, James Buckley, Blake Harrison and Joe Thomas. I can actually do a Simon Bird impression.
Right, okay. So this film...
I've got my briefcase.
Oh, fuck. Okay, so the guys are basically... They finished school after a heartwarming and rousing speech from their deputy head.
Which goes something like, "Please don't ever come back."
And he swears a couple of times.
Beep.
They decide to go on holiday to... Is it Mallorca?
No, it's Malia.
Malia.
Everyone loves Malia. We go every year.
No, we don't. They decide to go to Malia and they stay in a crappy hotel and they meet some attractive ladies. And
well, we say some. Literally some.
What?
They weren't all.
Well, I mean, even the fat one was alright.
I wouldn't use the word... No.
She's in the film.
Isolating people. It's all.
She's in the film because she's the fat one. That's the whole point of her being there.
Okay, that's fine.
And silliness ensues, and there's also a little side plot about Simon and Carly, who turns out to be a dick. But I don't want to give too much of it away. But yeah, and silliness ensues. I very much enjoyed this film, but I really like the Inbetweeners.
What do you like about the Inbetweeners?
It's just very funny. It's just a bunch of lads being silly together.
Does it remind you of yourself?
The aspects of it remind me of me and my friends.
What aspects?
The needless, crude behaviour and the taking the mick out of each other's mums tends to come quite a lot.
That doesn't happen on my behalf.
You attempt to make mum jokes on occasions,
and
they're
not.
poor.
No, they're standardly good.
They're dreadful.
Well, you've given a plot outline, so...
I mean, it's not a very complex plot, is it? It's not.
It's
just like a long episode. But
being the fact that they've left school and they've gone on holiday to celebrate the end of school and before going to university, do you think that's the end of the Inbetweeners? Or are they going to have a university-based Inbetweeners?
Well, no. From what I've heard, they're not going to make any more. I mean, they might make another film because of how well it's done. I don't think they're making another series.
That is a shame. Do the characters seem real? We if you watch Inbetweeners, you'll know them quite well, and I would say they could pass as
they could. I mean, they're
school boys.
I mean, they're kind of extreme versions of different personalities, but they're perfect. Yeah, as being a school boy. I can relate to many people.
Who would you relate to most of all?
Probably Jay.
Why?
Because he's crass.
Who would you relate me most of all to?
Neil.
Neil?
Because he's a muppet.
Nothing like Neil.
I don't know. Probably Simon. He's the boring one.
Does the story move along and keep your attention?
Yes, it does. But I think, I would say, it doesn't help. It doesn't hurt that I really like the Inbetweeners. If you don't like the Inbetweeners, you're not going to like this film.
I suppose
it's exactly like it.
I suppose you need to. Well, you don't need to, but it would help if you've seen the TV series, to kind of understand what the characters are like and why they act in the way they do.
Yeah.
I'm going to branch out from my usual questions shortly and ask the question. Simon had two love interests. Carly, a long-running love interest from the actual series.
Yeah.
And there's a girl who he meets on holiday called Lucy. Who would you go for on the basis of appearance?
Lucy.
Why?
Well, I'm more of a brunette, personally. Though I would say Carly has great boobs. But I mean, it's not all about the boobies. I would definitely go for Lucy.
This makes us sound very. This makes us sound very shallow.
We're men. We're men.
No. I was going to lead into another question. Looks isn't the be-all and end-all, but in terms of personality and behaviour, who would you go for?
Lucy, because not giving too much away, Carly turns out to be a complete bell end. I mean, she was always a bit of a bell end of the TV programme.
I always thought she was. She clearly strung Simon along for a long time, and I hope the relationship with Lucy works out. And it's going back to, there's always someone around the corner. So maybe if we go to Malia, we would find someone around the corner. What do you think?
I don't want to go to Malia.
Where would you like to go?
Ibiza.
You know what? Ibiza is a real mix. Never been. I've just heard this in the canteen. Ibiza is a real mix of, young style, hip and happening clubs on the one hand, but on the other hand you've got historical.
Yeah, it's got like an old
towns,
person's resort and stuff, doesn't it?
I wouldn't call it an old person resort. It's probably the sort of thing I would go for.
I want to go to China.
You want to go to China? Is there a reason you want to go to China?
I just want to go to China. One of my mates went to China and said it was really good. And I wouldn't mind giving it a go. I went to Japan.
It's possibly the new powerhouse of the earth. Economic, political,
Let's go back to the film.
Powerhouse. Or horse. Both.
Let's go back to the film.
Yes. Well, is the story confusing?
No. I mean, it's not a very detailed story. They're trying to find girls. I mean, that's pretty much what the programme's about as well, isn't it?
Do they all have potential girls in the film, or is anyone left out? Does it fit together nicely?
It all fits together very nicely, and I don't want to give the ending away because I'm sure a lot of people, I mean, not a lot of people are going to listen to this review, but I'm sure a lot of people are looking forward to this film because I definitely was.
Well, the average is about 25 views per review.
Yeah.
We're just hoping that somewhere there is a person who's, maybe the editor of Film Magazine or
Empire
Magazine, and they're just browsing YouTube and they come across the RM review and think, can I give these guys a chance? That would be nice.
It would be nice. It's unlikely. But,
so, of the 25 people that are listening want to help us with that quest, please do. Please. Desperate.
Anyway, I don't want to give the film away, but there's a potential girl for each one of them. I won't say whether or not it ends happily or whether it ends sadly. I'll just say that it's a very enjoyable film, and it lived up completely to my expectations.
Were there any unnecessary scenes?
No, I mean, I found it all quite funny. I found it all enjoyable. It was good stuff.
Right, this is a professional review, or amateur review, and you're playing on some BlackBerry game called, what is it, Blocks?
I'm multi-talented. I can multitask.
Flipping heck. Have I asked the question, are there any unnecessary scenes?
Yes.
I have. I didn't listen to your answer. I was flabbergasted by you playing on the screen.
I said I enjoyed all of it. There were no particular bits that I found unnecessary. The bits that were maybe supposed to make you laugh made me laugh. I particularly like the bit about you have to pay a €50 fine if you do a poo on the floor.
Well, that's not a standard EU regulation. No.
What are you on about? It was just going off topic.
It's not off topic. It's actually not off topic. Well, it is, but it's topical because if you're thinking of going to an EU nation on holiday, you might be under the impression that you did get fined.
What's that got to do with the Inbetweeners?
Because you may watch the Inbetweeners, and you hear you get fined for doing that act, and you think, is that an actual EU regulation?
If you genuinely thought that you get fined $50 for shitting on the floor, then you're a muppet.
Well, we're not all aware of toilet
focus, Robert.
Yeah. Was there an exciting climax?
There was. I was at the end. I cared. I was hoping there would be a happy ending for them all. So I'd say that was exciting.
We didn't do the Gerard Depardieu dance during this film because that's a new thing.
Well, to be honest, that advert infuriates me, and I really do wish they'd get something else because it does.
Well, the Rio advert lasted about 4 months.
They've not had a good orange advert
one
for friggin' ages. They used to have amazing
ones.
ones.
The two guys that were like don't leave the baby in the corner. But that was...
I personally, I like the ones before that, when there was like a meeting, and it had that woman from Xena Warrior Princess in it.
She was in Curb Your Enthusiasm, but she was a right miserable,
Well, she was a wank in Xena Warrior Princess as well.
She didn't appreciate the Larry David genius humour.
Anyway, we're going off the topic again, but
can we have a score,
get a
please?
decent fucking Orange advert?
Yeah, Orange, you make enough money.
Yeah, you bunch of shit.
But let's stop there before we hit legal issues.
I would give this film an 8.5 out of 10.
I would give it an 8 out of 10, which points in the direction of it being a very good film.
Yeah.
But not to everyone's taste.
No, I would also say, I would actually say there's maybe a bit less humour in it than a usual episode, and it's a lot more heartfelt, and you really, really do start to care about the characters, which is why at the end of it you're so rooting for them. By the end of it, you so want them to be happy.
I would suggest anyone could see this film, obviously, unless you're in prison.
Yeah, if you don't like the Inbetweeners, don't watch it. But for everyone else,
it's not one to take Granny to, is it?
No. The bit with the guy gets poo on the end of his nose is pretty funny as well, but I don't think Granny would appreciate that.
No, don't take Granny. I don't know. OAPs get... I'm not going to advertise it. You know what I'm talking about. Some days, OAPs... cheaper tickets.
Oh yeah.
But I'm not going to say where, but I'm sure you can guess if you listen to other reviews.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they know that we always go to the same cinema. It's just so cheap.
It's so cheap. It's so cheerful.
Anyway,
the seats are slightly moist.
Thanks, guys. We will see you very soon, and have a lovely week. Goodbye.